So this is a quick video on why it's sort of hard to gain weight for some people. I'm not talking about just hard gainers and that, I'm talking about more the mental aspect of this. So for the longest time, I've been like 64 kilos and I've struggled to gain weight past that. Not because I can gain weight really, I can gain fat really easy. Muscle may be another situation. But the reason it's been hard for me is because when I was younger, I used to be a fat kid. As a kid, I was the fat kid and that. And I suppose eventually losing all that weight and that, it's got to that stage where I get scared of going back to that. If I ever see my abs starting to fade, I'm like, oh my God, no, I need to get back to being shredded and that. And it's kind of just a mental thing of thinking, if I'm now not the shredded person, who am I? It's like I'm attaching my identity to that. I feel a lot of people do that. Sometimes it's hard to gain strength and whatnot because we don't want to lose our abs. It feels like there's too much hard work that's gone into it to get to that point, and now we don't want to push past it. Like also when I was boxing, I boxed for 8 years. My weight class was 64 kilos. I don't know what that is in stone. I'd have to look out to be specific. It was up like welterweight, and now if I ever go above 64 kilos, I'm like, no, it's like a subconscious thing will drag me back, and I'll re-diet back down. Even if I look okay, saying I just feel terrible for doing it. It's a weird thing, but I feel like where that's been so ingrained in me that I had to make weight all the time and whatnot, it's just now I get worried to go above it. And I feel like maybe this happens when there's people that really struggle with their weight and people say, hey, you're too skinny, you need to gain weight. It's not as easy as that. There could be like some mental barrier there, you know, like you don't know what's happened to someone in their childhood, or I don't want to get away these people playing sport and go backtrack. But yeah, you don't know what's happened to someone. It's not as easy as people think. It's like saying to someone, hey, just lose weight, stop eating. Once again, there can be a mental thing that I just feel like your behaviour, your subconscious pattern that you've set it'll just keep you stuck. I've just realised it. If I analyse all the weightlifting I've done, I've been lifting weights kind of on and off, because my weight kept going up and down and whatnot. But even with that, my strength progression should have been so much more. Should have been so much better. But it hasn't been because I've always tried to then diet back down. And even like feeling full, that just feels like a weird thing for me. Because when I was boxing, I didn't make weight the right way back then. They made out carbs were bad. They made out too much protein was bad. And they said, hey, don't eat fat, otherwise you're going to get fat. And I didn't really know nutrition. Not a lot of us did. So we thought, just be a warrior, train it out. And I was training 6 days a week, 2 times a day. Literally about 4 to 6 hours a day. I was obsessed. And I even made myself throw up once, which isn't good because I thought I got so scared I was going to be overweight. So I ate some chicken thighs and then stuck my fingers down my throat and was sick, which isn't a good thing to ever do. But yeah, that happened. I don't even know why I'm getting a bit out of breath now. What the hell's happened? Cardiovascular's gone down. But yeah, so once again, when I was doing that, so now with all that, I don't want to say trauma of making weight because it's not the worst, but with all that experience of doing it and making weight and whatnot, it's kind of now affected me now. And sometimes it's hard. I think you really need to plan it out and realise your goal of what you want to do, what you're trying to do and the reason why you want to do it, and then try and stick to a plan and realise it's okay if you gain some fat or some body weight. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. When people say like you're too skinny and that you need to gain weight, blah blah blah, yeah, it's not as easy to make out. So if we're all supportive of one another, maybe it'll be okay. But yeah, share your thoughts on that. It's only a little video quick. I just realised I've been doing with myself and whatnot. But yeah, share your thoughts if you've had any problems, even losing weight. I just feel like a lot of stuff is in your mind, subconsciously, like your behaviour patterns will keep you your behaviour pattern will keep where you're meant to be. So yeah, share your thoughts.